Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Katt Williams was finished broadcasting out grimy clothing in Hollywood. Reconsider, he's back at it, and this time, he has Steve Harvey in his sights. However, this isn't simply a superstar. Fight goodness, it goes way more profound. We're talking mysteries that have been putrefying for quite a long time, shakedown disloyalty, and gatherings that will make your head turn so lock in light of the fact that we're making a plunge into the dark hole of Hollywood's most stunning outrages. Furthermore, trust us, things are going to get muddled. Took Ocean Diddy Combs in the guardianship he's found in this video, entering the recreation area Hyatt Inn in Midtown Manhattan with others when specially. From country security examinations approach and separate him, they spot goes under capture and lead him out the front entryway in binds. Now, if you recollect Katt Williams' notorious sit-down with Shannon Sharpe recently, you'll realize that Katt didn't keep down. He dropped a large number of bombs. About Shaw, Diddy, CS Steve Harvey, and a lot of other listers you could nearly hear jaws dropping across the web. Reality is Katt has been cautioning us for a really long time. Hollywood is a turn spot, and the individuals at the top, they have mysteries they effectively keep covered. However, 2024 is ending up the year those privileged insights become known, and it's all beginning with Diddy and Steve Harvey. Did he controlled each part of her life he is blamed of much of the time, beating her and would stow away her in lodgings for quite a long time, until the swelling and indications of misuse were no more. During that meeting with Shannon Sharpe, Katt made a few wild cases about Diddy's parties now and then. The event that you have very much familiarity with Diddy, you've presumably heard the tales twirling around his amazing chateau gatherings, and we should simply say these weren't your common industry get-togethers as indicated by Katt. These gatherings had a more obscure side, with things happening behind shut entryways that would make even the most prepared Hollywood insider raise an eyebrow. Katt even referenced being advertised millions 4 times as a matter of fact to secure his respectability, and what was he safeguarding it from precisely? Well, as per Katt, Diddy had a few pretty wild demands, and we should simply say Katt wasn't keen on sharing. You got to let him know. No, Katt said P was needing to party, and you got to let him know. No, all untruths will be uncovered. That is all. And anybody who misinterprets that, know why they misinterpret it. That is a direct statement from Katt's discussion with Shannon Sharpe, and most would agree that ignited the rapidly spreading fire, yet the stunner's dead. Didn't stop there. Katt continued to discuss Steve Harvey, and this is where things get truly intriguing. The same Steve that went to go watch Imprint Curry do his entire sitcom and afterward took all that imprint. Katt asserted that Steve Harvey, yes, similar Steve Harvey we as a whole know from Family Quarrel, has been Diddy's slave for quite a long time, and why? Well, everything boils down to certain tapes that Diddy supposedly has on Steve from those notorious manor parties. The ramifications here are clear. Steve's been extorted and constrained into quiet and accommodation since Diddy got the soil, and we're not simply discussing bits of gossip here. Katt firmly indicated that there's real video proof, and in this claim, he claims that basically P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap. We should rewind a tad bit on the off chance that you didn't know. Steve Harvey, furthermore, Diddy go way back. They've been companions for quite a long time, with their relationship dating as far back as 2005. Also, that is not all. Steve's stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, has additionally been sincerely connected to Diddy. That is correct. Lori, who was just 22 at the time, was seen hanging out with Diddy, igniting bits of gossip about the relationship. Yet here's where it gets considerably juicier. Before Diddy, Lori was supposedly connected to Diddy child Justin Combs. Better believe it. Let that hit home briefly. Furthermore, a great deal of the claimed proof that has been assembled in this case was from those 2 strikes that were directed on his own homes in Miami, furthermore, Los Angeles, and the arraignment names that they then held onto that were that he purportedly made video of these exhibitions that have been named freak-offs. Katt, being the Hollywood insider that he is, won't let this one slide. He dropped the bomb that Steve could have really urged Lori to engage with Diddy, and not only for love goodness, this was tied in with keeping things calm. As per Katt, Steve Harvey permitted Lori to draw near to Diddy as a feature of some bigger plan, one that elaborate keeping Steve's own mysteries covered. They simply read, "Countin accounts this, my gratitude to my significant other, I'm where I'm you express that, about the primary spouse you forget." Katt even said that Steve sees Lori as just an ATM card, proposing that Harvey's thought processes were not even close to fatherly. However, how about we be genuine? This is Katt Williams we're discussing, and at the point when he gets moving, the shade is interminable. Lori and Diddy were detected all around the place back in 2019, from Cabo Sanca's to Italy with a media go. In wild finished their globe-running undertakings. They indeed even ate with Lor's folks, Steve and Marjorie Harvey, during an outing to Italy. Furthermore, that my companions is where individuals truly began coming to an obvious conclusion. How might Steve at some point be all right with his stepdaughter dating a man 27 years more established than her, particularly when that man had been sincerely connected to her ex, his own child? Justin, stand-up entertainer, performer, TV have family man yet, in particular. Uller I end up being a man of destiny. It's the sort of turned Hollywood show you can't make up. However, Katt Williams wasn't done. He wasn't simply getting down on Steve for being okay with Lor's relationship. He was recommending that Steve was effectively complicit in keeping things calm, and that is the point at which the gossipy tidbits about extortion begun flying. As indicated by Katt, Steve had gone to a portion of Diddy's famous parties, harking back to the 90s and mid-2000s. Furthermore, Diddy supposedly recorded him. That is the mysterious that Katt's alluding to, the influence that Diddy has been holding over Steve's head for quite a long time, rehash with extremely troublesome and indecent claims, including charges that Combs had cameras now. If you thought this was only a one-time thing, reconsider. Katt has a past filled with going after Steve Harvey, and the meat between these two has been fermenting for a long time. As a matter of fact, during that equivalent meeting with Shannon Sharp, Katt let it all out. He tore into Steve, considering him a backwoods folk dark fella that can't talk great and seemed to be Mr. Potato Head. Furthermore, that wasn't all. Katt guaranteed that Steve took material from individual comic imprint Curry and utilized it to send off his own sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show. Once upon a time, how could you do that man's old stuff that he did on his show on yours, and afterward do the man stand-up? You go out and about. We should break that down briefly. Katt denounced Steve of directly uptaking the thought for show from imprint Curry, another humorist who had his own sitcom called Hanging with Mr. Cooper. As indicated by Katt, Steve gone to one of Imprint's live recordings, and then, at that point, proceeded to make a show where he played a comparable person ahead who wore a suit and ran a school. The conceal was genuine, and Katt didn't mince words. He essentially blamed Steve for being a misrepresentation who fabricated his profession on the backs of others' work. The Extraordinary Lodging Unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which implies that any development inside that unit is controlled, furthermore, organized, and no detainee moves beyond his cell without being in full restrictions to incorporate leg irons, cuffs, a tummy chain, and something like 2 on the off chance that at not 3 staff individuals accompanying them. Yet Katt didn't stop at the past. He went in severe with Steve's current-day profession too. He brought the way that Steve Harvey evidently resigned from stand-up satire subsequent to losing a parody fight to Katt himself. As indicated by Katt, this went down in Detroit before a horde of 10,000 individuals. And the explanation Steve lost, Katt says this is on the grounds that he uncovered Steve for wearing a hairpiece. That's right, you heard that right. Katt claims that Steve's notorious uncovered head isn't all it appears, and that he really wore a hairpiece for quite a long time, concealing reality from everybody. And when heckling him out in front of an audience, it was down over Steve, as indicated by Katt, who proved unable to handle them intensity and chose to step away from standing up altogether. Are you not once more apprehensive about being renounced? These are some power individuals. What do you mean again? These individuals are not strong. Satan can't make anything. Obviously, Steve Harvey has denied all of this, yet the reality remains. Katt Williams is constant. He's been calling out Steve for quite a long time, and it seems like 2024 is the year he's at last getting some justification why, since Diddy, the man at the focal point of this large number of charges, is at long last confronting serious lawful difficulty. And this time, it's not simply bits of gossip. I think in government court, and for these charges, they would agree that it's everyday practice, except in the public domain. This is very critical, just from who we part. Near did he been, and all that we've seen him do throughout the long term. Like you said, this is a remarkable destruction. To go from, we saw the chateaus back in walk that were struck by the Fed, so to go from living in those houses to being in a prison cell, right? Government specialists as a late attacked Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami looking for proof regarding a significant examination. And what's the examination about, you ask? Well, it's investigating some genuinely odd exercises that Diddy's been connected to for quite a long time. And in the event that the charges are genuine, this could mean ruin for an entire parcel of individuals. Steve Harvey incorporated that plainly there is a criminal examination in progress and that they accept that there would be proof of violations in either of these homes. Katt has been dropping clues for some time, presently saying that 2024 would be the year that Hollywood's haziest private insights become exposed, and with Diddy's. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.